Ash Magisteria is one of the best dungeons to farm gear. You get lots of raider gear, you get lots of average gear as well. There are lots of things that can help you progress, not only into other dungeons like Witch of the Wind, but also Arena as well, and some other things like Banker and just all around. So luckily for us, Pluto is coming in the next summon event. That's right, Pluto is going to be in the next summon event. So hopefully you saved your shards, because Pluto will carry you through Ash Magisteria. He is a really hard carry, and if you are free to play or low spend, or if you are early to mid game, Pluto will help you tremendously. Right after this run, we're gonna dive into it. Welcome everybody, welcome if you don't know me, I'm BearCozy. I strive to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos, and today is all about Pluto. So this week, we don't have a new patch, however, we do have a Pluto summon event, and as you've seen, Pluto is amazing, and he is very, very good for early game players, as well as free to play and low spend. Pluto summon event is going to be up tomorrow. That's right, the Pluto summon event is up tomorrow, and that is going to be awesome. That is good news for us that need Pluto. Some of us need them, some of us have them, and haven't been using them, and that is why I wanted to make this video. Now, if you look at the Dragon Cup Rally event calendar, always look at the event calendar and prepare yourself. There is a Hero Summon Rally on February 2nd. Hopefully you are watching this video on or before that. And as I mentioned before, Pluto is amazing. We're going to dive into Ash Magisteria in a minute, but what I wanted to show you is what makes Pluto really amazing is, of course, his ultimate. He deals 100% damage plus true damage equal to 10% of the target's max health to all enemies, and the damage scales greatly with the number of enemies alive, making him extremely good in Ash Magisteria because there are a lot of summons. Let's go ahead and run a couple of runs, and then we'll talk about the stats, we'll talk about the gear, and we'll talk about all of that stuff. The most popular comment I have been seeing right now is people asking for help in Ash Magisteria Stage 12, so that is where we're going to start. Now here is the team. We have Nathalia at level 50, we have Santis at level 50, we have Joseph at level 60, he can be level 50, and we have Pluto at 60. We need somebody to do a little bit of damage. Now, Pluto doesn't have really good damage. His damage is mediocre, and so is Nathalia. The key to this comp is you want Nathalia to have the highest attack, so you might need to level Nathalia to 60, but you can leave her at 60. You can leave her at 50, excuse me. So if she is at 50, you can either leave everybody at 50 to farm Stage 12, or you can bring Nathalia to 60. That is up to you. I leveled Pluto at 60 because I've run him in some other content. I really like him, and he's extremely good in making a budget team. I made an extreme budget team. If you look at my video, check out my video with a bunch of 30s in it, and Pluto carrying the Ash Magisteria 12 team, which is really, really good for low spend players. So if you have been saving your shards, now is the time to use them, because Ash Magisteria gear is really, really good. So there goes Pluto. So there it is. There is the run. Really quick, really fast. Let's do it one more time. We'll talk about the turn rotation, and then we'll talk about their gear. If you're wondering, there is the time, 45 seconds right now and counting up. So let's call it a minute. Right now, turn order. Joseph is going first for the buffs, of course, which means Nathalia does not need to be in a guard set. Then we have Nathalia, we have Santis, and those are interchangeable. And then we have Pluto. Pluto goes up and down because Joseph will cast a skill up. Joseph will cast a speed up on the hero with the highest attack. So the turn order will change slightly. The only thing you want to pay attention to is that Nathalia has the highest attack of the team. Now, Nathalia can be slower than the boss because she will get a speed boost, and that is where her speed boost is right now. So as you see here, there is a speed up boost from Joseph, and that is okay if Nathalia is slower. So if yours is slower than the boss, you just have to make sure that she is faster than the boss with the buff. That is pretty much it. This team is very, very forgiving because Pluto is a hard carry. One more thing to note, skills off on Santis. Click this right on the bottom down here, skills are off. And that, we just want her to use her basic, and we want her to stack as many poisons as we can. And there it goes. Just like that. That is easy. And that works out really, really well. Now, this team works in 12. This works in Hell Stage 1 as well, which is Stage 13. So there you go. Average battle duration, 1 minute and 24 seconds. Starting off with Joseph. Joseph is extremely easy to get. You can get him from basic shards, from the basic blue shards. He is very easy to get. Does not need all the ascensions. Does not need to be level 60. I maxed mine out because I had a million copies of Joseph laying around. So I maxed him out. Looking at gear. Gear, I have him in a revival set from Queen of Tides, which is the first dungeon you should be farming. If you don't know, start with Queen of Tides, move up to Ash Magisteria, and then move up to Witch of the Wind. Tulpa, you can farm if you like. I skipped it. I really don't need it. You can get all of those stats and more in Queen of Tides. Revival set is amazing. Now, he is in a Raider set. That was unintentional, but that's the way it worked out. I wanted him faster than everybody else. He's at 156 speed. Not much else. 17,000 health. Does not really need anything else. He's just there to put up buffs because Nathalia does not have a guard set. And if you are early game, if you're low spend, your Nathalia won't be in a guard set. And that's okay. We can use Joseph. Moving on to Nathalia. Gear. One warrior set. Does she need a warrior set? No. All we're looking for is stats. She has a mixture of different pieces of gear, right? Whatever we can get stats from, that is what we're using. Speaking of her stats, 3,700 attack, 139 speed, 100% crit rate on Nathalia. This is critical. You need at least 100% crit rate. Anything over that is overkill. 215 crit damage. Pretty low. Pretty low. We'd like to see her over 250, which is not difficult to get, but 215 will work. Moving on to Santis. By the way, Nathalia is level 50. Moving on to Santis, who is level 50 as well. She is very, very fusible. You can synthesize her very easily. Mine has 5-star ascensions, and you can use her. She's very easy to synthesize, very easy to get. Now, looking at her gear. Her gear is 1 Terra set, 1 Revival set. Santis is pretty squishy. Revival set, again, comes from Queen of Tides. Queen of Tides is very, very good early on. That is the first dungeon you should be farming. Looking at her stats, the only thing she needs is enough health to survive, not to die, and a revival set will help her stay alive, and focus. Mine has 108% focus, probably because she is in a focus necklace, but you don't need a focus necklace. You don't need that much focus. Anywhere from 50 to 80 will do. If you have more, you can get more, and that is fine, and she is also level 50. Last but not least is Pluto. Pluto is level 60. I took him all the way up during the hero leveling event. And Pluto is very, very good. By the way, he has all glyphs. Everybody has all of their glyphs except for Joseph. Joseph is around level 3, I believe. Everybody else has all their glyphs. You need glyphs on your damage dealing heroes to put out more damage, right? So that makes sense. So looking at Pluto, looking at Pluto's gear, Pluto is a mix of whatever gear I could find, whatever gear was left over, and he is in speed boots. He's in speed boots, level 6 by the way, nothing major. He is in speed boots because I wanted him to go before Nathalia, to get Nathalia to finish off killing the mobs so she can get her ultimate reset. So Pluto is in random gear, and if we look at his stats, he's got 3,600 attack, a little bit below Nathalia. You want Nathalia to have the highest attack. 100% crit rate, 219 crit damage. Again, very, very low. Anytime I start pushing crit damage up from 250 to 280, I get comments on YouTube saying they can't hit those stats. So there is a comp right there. This is one of a few comps I've made that has crit damage very, very low. It's closer to 200 than it is to 250. This you can hit just with rage gear or whatever gear you can find, as you see here. And as I've mentioned before, all of his glyphs are maxed out and abilities are maxed out as well. If you are attempting to run this dungeon, make sure the abilities are maxed out. So there it is. There's the comp. There's all the stats, and you've seen the runtime as well. So if you don't have Pluto, now is the best time to summon Pluto, because on February 2nd, we do have a Pluto summoning event, which will carry you through Ash Magisteria to get you much needed gear. With that said, hit the like and the subscribe down below. I hope this video was very helpful. Leave me a comment down below as well. Let's start a nice conversation. Also, don't forget to join Discord. Say hello. We are very active in there. And for more BearCozy videos, check out the top right.